Hello everyone, welcome back to Neutralix. I'm your host Kozlix, the #1 Lance player, Brawlhalla all time. Shout out to Yuz though, he is a Lance goat, same with Stingray. Let's get right into this because today we're talking about every single true combo you need to know on Lance, and I'm also going to tell you how to use those true combos in your gameplay. If you enjoyed this, hit that like, subscribe, and comment. And also, I don't believe that this video is out yet, but we probably have a 2024 Lance guide already out on the channel. So after this video, you're going to want to watch that video. We'll talk about some of the similar combos, but also more of the general moves, how to use them, the overall flow of Lance, what's your game plan to really improve at Lance in Brawlhalla in 2024. Let's get right into this. If you want to improve even more so, then check out teamneutralix.com if you want to get some personal coaching from me or any of the other coaches here at Neutralix. Okay, the first combo you need to know, and this is the most basic bread and butter building up damage combo on Lance, is side light downer. You can hit this by pressing it instantly, so it's side and then down. Let me actually turn on my controller really quick to show you the inputs. Okay, so you just side down. And it's literally side light, down light. And you can press the jump and attack at the exact same time. So you can see me pressing A and X. It is literally the exact same time. Side light, downer. Side light, jump, downer. And the reason to use this combo, use this from like 0 to about orange health. A little bit later in health, it's not going to pick up exactly. You might want to delay the dare a little bit, although that wasn't hit true. If you do it too early, especially once you get closer to red, this thing is just not going to hit. At this point, you shouldn't be using this combo in red, but if you delay it a bit, you can get it true. It is also technically dodgeable, but I'd recommend using this combo from 0 to about orange health. And when you do so, follow it up with a neutral light at 1 dodge frame. It's not a true combo, but most people are going to get hit by this, so I'd really recommend going for this. You can also follow it up with a dash down light, and if you're on 6 dexterity or more, you can go side light there, dash down light into neutral light, both at 1 dodge frame. So your opponent is probably not going to dodge unless they're like a pro at Brawlhalla. And that's a 4 hit right there. That's really solid damage. And you can even extend it after that. Like you can like down sig on Orion or go for whatever you want after that. On Brax, and like D-Light is like a tight string you can go for. It only really works in white. So I wouldn't really recommend going for that at that health. You can see it's obviously not going to work, but yeah, it's a little 4 hit that you should know. That's how you build up damage on Lance. And then when that combo doesn't work, or when you're playing 2v2, you're going to want to go for side light neutral air. And to make sure this combo always hits, you're going to want to nair diagonally upwards. And you can kind of see me going forward with this, diagonally up towards them. This is to ensure that your opponent can't dodge out of the nair. However, if you hold straight up, it also works 99% of the time. And you can argue this is better positioning because you're slightly further away from your opponent. And you can go for further strings and whatnot. If you're super close, then like you can go for a Sarah and whatnot, but you don't have as many like opportunities. Or you can go for a down air, but like let's say you wanted to go for a Sarah, like I'm already like crossing up. It's kind of bad positioning Lance. You kind of want to be away from people. And we're going to be talking about that more in the actual Lance guide that you should watch after this. But yeah, this is a good little 2-hit damage. Good for team combo startups in 2v2. And you can go into a down air at 5 dodge frames. You might be able to get that lower with Dex. It used to be 4 dodge frames, but I guess I nerfed it there. But yeah, those are the 2 main combos. The last thing you really need to know is later in health. What do you do when you need to kill and you hit a side light? Go for side light, side air. And it's the same thing. You press them both at the exact same time. You can go for side light recovery. The reason I don't love going for recovery anymore is because it's dodgeable at more than 1 dodge frame. Even though it says 1 dodge frame, if the AI or your opponent dodges diagonally downwards or just straight down, but I'll do it just in case, down to the left, you can actually see they get out of it in their beginning frames. You can see the vector hasn't dodged yet, but because of how dodge works, you move in a direction before you start dodging. So you actually move out of the move in the startup frames of the dodge. So you can kind of see, let's say your opponent doesn't time the dodge properly. That first frame of moving out of it will get you away from those hitboxes. So like, let's say they dodge it 2 frames late. Let's say it's like 2 or 3 dodge frames. They're still going to get out of it. So it's actually a really easy combo to dodge out of. Meanwhile, side light, side air, you can dodge out of it as well, but it's not as consistent. Let's see. Actually, I don't even think you can dodge out of it. See, you're forced to get the iframes there if you dodge diagonally down to the left. Like, you can dodge out of it, but what I mean is, like, avoiding the attack in the startup frames of dodge. So it makes it more than actually one dodge frame, even though it says it's one dodge frame. You can kind of see here, they dodge downwards, the startup moves them downwards, but it doesn't move them far enough. So Sidelight Sarah is going to be a much more consistent option when going for the kill on Lance. So definitely go for that if you're trying to kill. Even though it's not a true combo, it's a really tight one dodge frame string. In an actual one dodge frame string, you need to know. Okay, there's 2 aerial combos you guys need to know. These work earlier in health. So we're going to set the bot to 0. The first one is Dare Downlight. As long as you hit the Dare stack, this works on all decks and everything. It's just got to be early health, and you got to hit the Dare, again, grounded and stacked. And this is just a consistent little true combo that can go into, you know, Dare and Light is one dodge frame, so you can go into that as well. Let me set the dodge reaction off. You can go, yeah, Dare, Down Light, End Light. That's like a 3-hit one dodge frame. I'm not hitting a true there. It's got to be really stacked. There we go. A little 3-hit one dodge frame. You can see how good Lance is at building up damage. That Dare and the End Light, 16 damage, and it just builds up so quickly. Those are all like 16, 18 damage, depending on defense and whatnot. I think Vector just has a lot of defense, but that is like a 40-something, close to 50 damage 3-hit. That is insane. Lance is incredibly good at building up damage, pretty mid to bad at killing, and has a lot of dead zones, so that's kind of its weaknesses. By dead zones, I mean it doesn't have an anti-air grounded tool, so Downlight, Endlight, and Sidelight are all very horizontal and low to the ground. On Orion, you have Ensig, which is pretty nice, but you don't really have that on other Lance Legends. That's like the best anti-air sig in the game for Lance. So yeah, definitely Orion's a really balanced character. And then there's gonna be one more combo that you guys need to know. Let me set the AI to start jumping. It is Nair Dare, and you have to hit the far back end of the Nair. And I hit to one dodge frame there, but you can get this thing true. There we go. And so if you hit the back end of Nair and it's early in health, you should be going for it, and it's true. You can go Nair Recovery and Nair Sair at one dodge frame. So those are nice strings that you should know. If you do hit the back end of Nair, then you should be going for those. In white, the Nair Dare is true, so go for that. And there are some weird options you can go for, like, okay, maybe that's one dodge frame. I wouldn't recommend that. There's also a lot of niche true combos on Lance you can go for, but they're not necessary combos you need to know for this video. So I'm not going to be talking about them, and I don't really want to teach them because it can actually help with bad practice. But if you want a follow-up video like the 30 or whatever most advanced true combos in Brawlhalla, then subscribe to Neutralix and let me know down below if you want to see something like that. And the last combo I want to talk about, we actually need to exit training for this. We need to switch to Lord Vrax, wherever Lord Vrax is, Princess Bubblegum, and we have to go to 9 decks. And a lot of the like 3-hit true combos and whatnot that we kind of talked about that are one dodge frame from D-Light, like D-Light Neutralite is one dodge frame, it's true on Vrax. So you set the bot to stand still, whatever, give myself a Lance. D-Light Neutralite is a true combo on 9 decks only. So for instance, if you Dare D-Light Neutralite, that is a true combo. If you Downlight Neutralite into a dash Downlight, that is like, I think you can get that to like 1 frame. Let me set the bot to reset position. I don't want to talk about that. That's 2 frames. There we go, that's 1 frame. I don't think you can get that true anymore, but still, that's a 1 frame combo if done properly. There we go, 1 frame 3-hit, and then you have more, so you can go like this, this, this. That's a 1 frame 4-hit, and it's only one frame, not 2 1 frames. That's pretty disgusting. So if you like Vrax, Vrax is a really good Lance character, and the Ensig is a really good anti-air tool that is basically a light attack. Just a really solid, well-rounded legend. The only problem with Vrax is those stats. So if you can survive on 4 attack and 4 defense, then go right ahead and play Lord Vrax. If this video helped, subscribe for more. Check out our Lance guide. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys all later. Peace.